there, partner.
There he is.
Jimmy Riley.
Sefe Hioshua. What is up, my brother? How are you doing? Feels like forever ago.
I know,
It
dude.
always
But
feels
it's only been 2 weeks.
I know.
That's the part.
It is the best part. What you been up to?
Killing, man. A lot of hoops lately. I know that's kind of always the huge, but
Love it.
just coming off a 3-day hoop sesh right now. So I hooped on Monday, just a cool little 2-on-2, 21. Slight run, slight work,
Nice.
And then we're in our league, so we had a league game and we blew them out last night. Took care of business, and then today we had our Wednesday hoop run with the boys out in the sun. So good time, and the weather's finally starting to get good out here. It's amazing.
Finally starting to get good. Was it a little cold before?
It was a cold winter, honestly.
Damn.
Honestly, the coldest winter of my life. I don't know if I'm exaggerating, but
yeah, that's crazy. I would have never guessed that in a million years.
Like more rain, more just like ugly days than I ever had in San Jose. True story.
Kind of enjoy that. What season are you? One of the four. What are you picking? If you had to stay in one year round.
I'm a fall guy.
Yeah. That makes sense. The boys of
football season year round.
Exactly. And I feel like I'm a fall guy too. That's why that winter sounds appealing. Kind of shitty days. That's got fall written all over it.
It's kind of nice, but it's like you moved to San Diego. You're kind of expecting some sunshine.
Right, 70 year round.
But it's coming. But other than that, man, we just found our new spot. So we found a new place to live. We're moving out. We threw a keg. We had a kegger the other day.
Oh, how'd that go?
This past Saturday. Yeah, good times. We didn't have a chance to like put a theme on it or anything like that.
It's all right.
We wanted to. It was just sunset vibes. We ended up playing beer pong, chess, Connect Four.
Yes, wow.
Yeah, we were giving lessons. Yeah, and it's bad if I'm giving lessons because I'm like a 600 on chess.com.
Wow, do you actually go on chess.com? That's how you know you should be giving lessons, you fucking nerd.
Yeah, they give you a suggested move. It's great.
It is nice. A guy at jiu-jitsu has been trying to get me to play forever. He brings like a mobile board in a bag that he just lays out on the mat after like open mats and shit. He's like, let's play. I'm like, dude, I suck. Like, I know where the pieces go, but I don't know any strategy towards the game.
It's a start.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm playing chess, I like to put myself in the mindset of Harry Potter at the end of the Sorcerer's Stone.
Trying not to get killed.
You know what I mean? Trying not to get killed. Exactly. Playing to release the Source of Stone. So yeah.
I find myself Ron Weasley in that situation. I usually end up getting the slaughter.
Oh, he got bashed, didn't he?
He did.
He kind of liked it.
That's his role. He's a player too.
He's a
See, I mean, you could call player two.
Ron Weasley might have been the biggest cuck of all time,
but he ends up getting the bitch in the end.
No, did he?
Yeah,
he got Hermione.
And then then Harry fucked his sister though. So I mean,
oh yeah, dude, was Harry putting it down? No one put it down like that. What's that one guy?
Malfoy.
No. They had a competition, and there was a guy. He was like a superstar already. Like Gregor.
Yeah. The guy from the other school, the reliever they had to bring in for the movie.
Yeah, exactly. He was like, I am 12.
It literally fucking what's his name from Benchwarmers? Carlos, you're drunk.
Oh, that's a great comedy movie.
Wow. I don't think it cracks my list, but that's top 10 most watched movies of my lifetime for sure.
Wow.
That's for sure. What's your most watched movie? No, go on. Sorry. That's it. What's your most watched movie?
I got you. The most watched movie that I've ever seen the most times is probably Remember the Titans.
God. So unoriginal.
Yeah. Remember the Titans is the good stuff. That's probably my go-to. We used to borrow it from the Del Rochas sometimes.
Those were the
Walk.
good days when you had to write. It was on VHS. You had to write your name on the VHS, so you knew it was
I
coming
think this
back
was
to you.
DVD era. This was DVD era, but still,
Still
we had
sweet.
VHSs in the house.
Yeah.
There's some technology where you can download all the CDs that you have onto your TV or like onto your like cable box or whatever it is.
Damn. We have
Yeah.
like we collected VHSs and DVD. Like we still have a shelf full of DVDs, and it's like no one's cracked into it. And
Really?
oh yeah, like a whole cabinet full, and that's like
That could be a great gift for the holidays. The CD converter.
that would be nice.
So
But
you could just click through and you have all those CDs that you bought once upon a time.
but then what happens if you fuck up one hard drive or something like that? All the movies you've ever had ever are.
You still got the CDs.
Oh, you're saying keep them. Oh
Yeah.
oh.
I guess like are you guys getting up and playing playing DVDs, putting it in the system? Is
That's
that
what I'm
how it
saying. No, but
Oh no, yeah,
then
exactly.
there's no reason to keep them. Fucking awesome, anyways.
Right. Oh, you're saying let them go.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Like we have Barney VHSs stored away somewhere. I'm like, what are we doing with these? This is madness. But it is what it is. What else was I gonna say? Oh, along the party, what's the best theme party you've been to? Does one stand out in your mind? Like, oh, that was
Yeah,
fun.
I mean, famous Michaels. The famous
Wow.
famous Michaels theme party.
That's so good.
I showed up as Michael Scott.
Yes. That's
We had
perfect.
Michael Phelps, Michael Jordan, Michael B. Jordan,
Did someone do the Hitler stash for
Michael
Michael Jordan?
Jackson. I don't know if they took it that far. I think it was just the
Just
Jordan
the
jersey.
blackface. Oh,
Maybe a hoop earring,
love that.
just a little blackface as well, but
Exactly.
make it
Famous
realistic.
Michaels. That's a really good one.
Yeah, I like that a lot. We were gonna do all black or all white, just keep it simple, but just make it a vibe.
Right.
But
All white would have been fun. Spraying the
Yeah.
keg everywhere, turn into a wet t-shirt party, a la the old days. Have
Yeah.
some fun.
Absolutely.
Reminds me of Old School, another comedy movie. Could put it on the list. I'm not gonna, but you could. You better have at least 2 Vince Vaughn movies on here, or I'm calling you a fraud.
I'm not sure if there'll be a second Vince Vaughn movie.
There'll be
There's
one,
definitely there's 100% going to be one, and then maybe when he gets later in the draft, I'll lean into him. But stick around when we're back.
Yeah, we're doing a comedy draft later on, comedy movie draft. Can't wait. Dude, so we've been playing, I shouldn't say we're in a kickball league right now. But I was like the last man at it. I was like the guy just to fill up the team so no randos got in. Like, hey, if we need someone, you'll play, but if not, no worries. So of course, first week they need me to play. I'm like, God damn it. I was like going in expecting never to play. We played. It's at Willow Glen High School. It's like a 4-team kickball league. Pretty sick. I don't know how we've never done something like this before. I feel like it's like right up our friend group's alley. But we played a team that we should have nice visual. We should have killed. But like, and I think we ended up winning 5-0. But like another part of the league is afterwards you go to Goose Town and you play Flip Cup against the team you just played kickball with. And then the winner of the Flip Cup series, like the point counts towards your winning total for the points in the league. It's crazy.
I love that though, dude. Get Goose involved. Always a good time.
Oh yeah, no.
And at the end of the year, all the teams will go drink at Goose Town, I'm sure.
And that's what kind of the thing is.
From Jake's.
Exactly. Yeah, like building friends. So we went over to Goose and like you play, and of course, no one's talking to each other from the other team until we play Flip Cup. It's like classic high school dance shit. Everyone's just like, nah, like we got our friends. But yeah, $5 drinks at Goose Town after the games. I like $5 drafts and shit. It's pretty nice setup. Yeah, we played this guy, had one leg. I mean, he had a prosthetic, but it was like an old school prosthetic, so it like didn't move or anything. Wildest thing I've ever seen.
How'd he do?
Was horrible.
Oh no! But he played.
But he played, exactly. And that's like, this league is like full of people just getting out to make friends and play. And that's why like the team of Mitch, Todd, all those guys should be scraping fools. And
is that how it goes down? Did you guys got the dub?
we got a dub, but everyone's trying to kick bombs. Too many pop flies.
Oh really? Yeah. No, the strategy for kickball always has been hitting it hard down the third baseline.
And that's what works.
It's so hard to throw that ball all the way across. Like, you're gonna have to hit the cutoff sometimes.
Oh, 100%. And that's kind of what we figured out, is that like they put a girl in left field, and so it was just like, okay, get one over the third baseman's head. But you can bunt in this league. Ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
That you can bunt in
Yeah.
kickball. But
lay it down.
You would be a guy that's fucking laying bunts in a kickball league. But Cole Carnahan, this girl lays a bunt down. Cole Carnahan kicks the ball to me to first base, like on the go. Bang, bang play. The girl was safe, but it was like the sickest play I've ever seen. Would have been a top 10 for sure. It was so dope.
Are there pegs?
Yeah, pegs. Yeah. Which I don't have the balls to peg someone. I would feel terrible.
Yeah, I'm not into the pegging thing. Personally.
Did you ever play at Lincoln Glen when they play pickle and stuff?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, a little bit. Right down the street.
Exactly.
I was never a baseball kid. That's the thing. I was kind of like last kid chosen for baseball games. You know.
You had the spoon though. Yeah.
I was out there with the spoon, dude. I want my kid to be a lax kid, if anything, dude. Lax is so sick.
Really? That would be the
lax
sport?
is so fucking sick, dude. It's so beautiful to watch.
Being a douchebag just comes with that territory so much.
It really does. I get it though, because if all you give a fuck about is lacrosse, it's like, dude, this thing's like so broed out.
Got my ladle, dude.
Dude,
that's
like, dude, why'd you bring your lacrosse stick to the party? It's like, dude, gotta be one with my stick, bro.
Literally, and that's like not even an exaggeration.
No, exactly. It's like logical. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's like logical. If you're a lax guy, it's like,
why would I not?
It's like Jimi Hendrix when he wakes up in the morning having that guitar around his shit, you know?
Yeah. No, I mean lacrosse. That's kind of it's
a sport of the future.
It's a sport of the past. It's like
that too.
Wasn't it like the first sport or whatever like that, or one of?
In America,
yeah,
probably.
Good point.
Yeah, in America, yeah, like the Native Americans did it as preparation for war and battles. And it's like a spiritual experience.
Kind of sick.
Like warriors. So sick. Paul Vrabel knows so much about it. I heard him. He was on LeBron. He was on LeBron James's like the shop. And he was going like he was spitting some facts about the Native American heritage of lacrosse, and it was dope.
That's kind of sick. I don't know any other lacrosse player besides Paul Vrabel, but no one's sicker. I mean, from the days of Andy Toscano fucking Paul Rabeling lights, exactly, outside of the Toscano house, shattering lights, just the sickest.
Was there a Rabel call before doing that?
I think he was like Rabel, wham,
yeah,
and just shattered the shit out of the light.
Well, I guess Rabel started a league now, like a new league, and instead of having teams in each city, it's like a traveling league.
Yeah.
Where everyone like they play at one location for a weekend, all the teams, you know, and they have like their own little tournament. So then it's like brings out the whole lacrosse community in each like city that they go to. It's kind of smart. I like it.
Yeah, no, and especially because it's hard to find, I feel like, elite guys for lacrosse. I mean, obviously they have like the box lacrosse league and shit. But is that the one that's on like ABC and ESPN and stuff? I'm pretty sure they're doing pretty good numbers. There's one league that's like going off right now. I think it's same.
It might be that.
I think
it would make sense.
Right.
They seem to be really on point from everything I heard about it. But the indoor lacrosse is sick. Box law.
Yeah.
San Jose Stealth. Come on.
Stealth back in the day. God, they should have. I mean, those games were pretty fun. Like,
they would let the fans go as well.
What do you mean?
They would fight.
The hands. I thought you said the fans go. I was like, oh shit, what? No,
but they would let the fans go wherever they want to go too.
Yeah, it was like a SaberCats game. It's just like kind of fill it out, make it look popping. But yeah, no, they would
Never been to an indoor. Oh no, that's not true. I've only been to one indoor
Football?
football game my whole life. Yeah, I thought I never had, but I have.
Really? That's surprising, honestly.
Sounds like a good time.
Dude, the best time. We were talking about that. I don't know if it was with you or Kevin Boog, but we were talking about it. We went the other week. Me, I think Toscano. It was like a random group because Mitch was getting an award, but Mitch and Dan Wrighton got like front row seats and a fucking ball went right over our heads. Ah, so pissed I missed it.
It used to go down with that though, where people would be ripping, like they would be interfering with the plays, and it was
Yeah.
like kind of legal.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
It's crazy. Yeah, I think the rule before the game was like if the ball goes in the stands, you can keep it, but if a player goes in, you got to give them back. Like that was their big tagline. So like fans would actively go after balls.
love it.
Yeah, but I think the Bay Area they have a team coming back. I forget what their name is, but
Yeah, it's Marshawn Lynch's team. I think it's like the Panthers.
yeah, that makes
something
sense.
like that.
Yeah. And I think it's starting soon. It's sick.
Cannonball. This summer, it's not about the size of those cannonballs. It's about making a splash with our friends at Manscaped. Prep for barbecue season by making sure your grill master has the hottest dogs the summer has ever seen. When you're at the cookout, let the meat speak for itself with Manscaped's Performance Package 4.0. It's time to get ready, not sweaty, by going to manscaped.com and using code TROUGH for 20% off and free shipping. Now, Manscaped set me up real nice. I use Manscaped myself, and I'm glad that I do, because back in the day, I would try and groom myself. I'm in the shower. It's slippery. I got sharp objects in my hands, and you know what? I cut the skin. I didn't. It was an unintentional circumcision, if you will, and I never want that to happen. We don't even have to get into this business. That's between me and God. But you know, I never want to have to put a Band-Aid on myself down there ever again, and you shouldn't either. The Manscaped Performance Package 4.0 has everything you need to guarantee you'll have the most mouth-watering treats at the party. They have built the ultimate bundle for your summer grooming. Their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. Wish I had that before.
The Lawnmower 4.0 has a 7,000 RPM motor, a new multi-function on-off switch which can engage travel lock and gives you the ability to turn the 4000K LED spotlight on and off when needed for a more precise shave. Did I mention this trimmer is waterproof too? Beach, pool, or shower, this razor will devour even your strongest pubes. If you shave at the beach, you're scum. Now that you can feel safe wearing a low-cut swimsuit without any stragglers peeking out, use Manscaped's liquid formulations, basically the ball freshness version of cracking open a cold one. They've got crop preserver ball deodorant, keeping you cool from sunrise to sunset with a soothing aloe vera formula. It's the best in the business for below-the-waist freshness. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to their Performance Package 4.0, the Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag. The Boxers are comfortable as fuck. Just got sent a new pair. Love them. And now wearing sandals with some nasty toenails during the summer months, take a look at the Shear 2.0, a luxury nail grooming kit. This kit includes stainless steel nail cutters, tweezers, and grooming scissors. As a treat, you should add in the crop mops to your order, a moist towelette made specifically for your beach balls. It's the best midday refresher to stop your popsicle from melting.
So get 20% off and free shipping with the code TROUGH at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use code TROUGH. Manscaped, the perfect way to get your patties sizzling hot this summer.
Have you seen the Musk and Zuckerberg talks?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And of course, Dana fucking sticking his nose in there, getting a piece of this action, being associated with it.
It's crazy.
He says they're serious. What's he gonna do? Sign him to one-day contracts with the UFC?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like the whole Dana thing's crazy too, because he's like the big. I don't want gimmick fights. You know what I mean? Like he's been shit talking
exactly.
Jake Paul and all these guys, and then
It's not that much of a gimmick fight. Well, I mean, it is. No, I don't know if it's that much of a gimmick fight. I don't know if it'll be fun to watch.
yeah, but how is it not?
But
a
it
gimmick?
was because those are 2 of the richest 10 people in America.
Right.
right? I don't know, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
the richest, yeah. I mean, I think they're two of the top three. I think or no, two of the
Yeah.
top four. There's Gates and Bezos. Get a fucking round robin. Get Bezos' jacked ass in there. I want to see him swinging on fools too.
How about some Royal Rumble? You know what I mean? Get some Saudi money
Wow.
in there
Yes, that would be
from the top
crazy.
rope, you know?
That would be so good.
Dude, Gates got something to say, you know? He'll bring.
He would get smashed by everyone. He's a
He's
little
been training, you know?
no, not Gates.
Yeah. What do you think they were doing out on that island?
Fucking
He's,
kids.
he's getting in
What do you
fighting shape.
mean?
I don't know. I just wanted to say he has young legs. That's what I meant to say.
Oh,
you know?
yes, yes. He does have young blood, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's young.
That
exactly.
adrenochrome, yes. He is
Exactly.
that actively
Exactly.
23.
Exactly.
Nah, that's but yeah, no, the whole Musk Zuck thing, it's crazy. I mean, I hope they
So let's
do.
go to the tail of the tape.
Okay.
All right. So Musk, from what I understand, is like maybe 6'2", 200 pounds.
6'2", 200. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Right? He's kind of a big guy. He's bigger than Zuck's. Zuck's is what? 5'8", 140?
He might be a little bigger than that, but I don't.
5'9", 160?
But definitely different weight
5'9"
classes.
Definitely different weight classes.
Yeah.
Now, I looked this up. Elon Musk, as a child, trained in a
Judo.
bunch of different stuff.
Yeah. But, I mean, how fast does that stuff leave? You know what I mean? So much of that is like you take a week off of jujitsu and you're like, oh, fuck, like, I'm so far behind. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that.
Right, but when was the last time Zuckerberg did anything like that ever? He doesn't even have that to go back to. This would be Zuckerberg's first MMA situation, right?
Right. But he's been training jujitsu actively for the last 3 years. Like, hard.
Right, where he doesn't get punched in the face, though.
Yeah, but he's been sparring too. That's the other thing. I think he's been doing Thai boxing sparring. But yeah, definitely never been punched for real.
Right. So, like, obviously, all right, well, let me just not bury the lead here. Zucks has the edge, right? Like, I would give Zuck would be the favorite, right? That he'll just, like, catch him with a Kimura.
You would have to think, yeah.
That's the arm one, right?
Exactly. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Like, that's where my money would be. But
the thing is, because I feel like Musk does judo. I mean, that's what he was saying is he used to train judo. I feel like he could take it to the ground, but Zuckerberg, I mean, with a couple years experience.
He's a white belt still, though. And what does it mean to be a white belt? Or what does it mean to be a blue belt, rather? Is that you are supposed to be able to, like, take care of business against someone who's bigger and stronger than you.
Right. Yeah.
That's what fair. That means to be a blue belt, from what I've heard, you know?
That's fair. But at the same time...
So Zuck isn't all the way there.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like...
He won a tournament, dude. It could have been against a guy like me.
It wasn't. We had people at the tournament.
Okay.
No, but I'm not saying there was the best
Who
guys
was the
there.
guy?
He was probably a guy that trains. I mean, no one's competing unless they train pretty actively. And I heard that the guy was decent that he beat. But there's so much more that goes into that. I guess someone said that he was arguing with the ref that something points didn't happen, so the guy offered to fight him or like go another round with him. I don't know. But either way, I think training 6 months of solid jiu-jitsu training would get you prepared for Elon Musk now. I don't know though.
Yeah. I mean, give Elon some training. Every fight starts on the feet.
Yep.
You know?
And a lot of people want to train with Musk. I don't hear a lot of calls for people wanting to train with Zuckerberg.
Exactly. I know Andrew Tate's ready to train Elon. It's
Really?
like people are choosing sides quick here. Yeah.
Oh, big time. GSP's choosing Elon. That's sick.
Yeah.
Jake Shields.
Oh wow. Get him in the Tristar gym.
Yeah.
It's over, dude.
Him, Nate Diaz. I mean, with Jake Shields, that means automatic Nate Diaz in your corner.
Wow. That's the hobby. Let's just
Exactly.
get going. See, that's what I'm saying. So Zuck was the favorite, but then you apply things like this, and he's the bigger, stronger guy.
Yeah.
I
I
don't know. I think I would pay pay-per-view for it.
I probably would. I would go to the streaming option first and try and illegally stream it.
I'd
Um,
stream it for sure.
but yeah, I mean, like Musk said, his favorite move is he calls it the walrus. It's where the bigger guy just gets on top of the little guy and says, "Make me get off of you." And it's like they have weight classes for a reason. So I don't know. It's interesting
I
though.
could see it. I could see Zuck as only being a white belt, not just automatically being able to tap him if Elon Musk gets side control.
Yeah.
And sits there and gives him some elbows. Like, how nasty? What if Elon's a fucking killer? Where's Elon even from?
South Africa.
Is he?
I'm pretty sure he's South African. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's where all the. I mean, he's got a lot of controversy because people say his parents used to own a mining company in South Africa, and that's where he got wealthy and all this and that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he came there or from there to America.
Interesting.
But yeah,
Doesn't he seem like he's from another planet a little bit?
very much so. Like even just the way he pauses and thinks before he talks, it's like only a true psychopath really thinks everything out before they say it.
I had a conspiracy theory that when he went on the Joe Rogan podcast,
Yeah.
he actually sent like one of the advanced robot AI clones of himself to see if he could get away with it in front of everyone.
Wow.
Now I know that's crazy,
Yes.
but so were his eyes during that fucking interview.
True.
Like he kind of looked like a robot.
But I think that's just the wheels turning in the head. And I think there's a lot more wheels and a lot more grease on them than what we got.
Or it's the AI buffering.
That too. Do you remember how what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, I don't actually think he cloned himself, but like maybe.
But do you remember how big of a event that was when that first came out?
Yeah.
That was like crazy. And he smoked and he didn't even inhale.
Yeah.
He went
What a put.
old Bill Clinton style.
Mm.
I didn't inhale. But yeah, I don't know. I think you got to give the edge to Zuck. To finish it out, would you take Musk or Zuck?
Yeah, I got Zuck.
Yeah,
I got Zuck.
I feel like
But
it's got it.
let's see if it's a full camp.
I just don't see Musk putting in enough work in a full camp. You know what I mean? I don't see him taking it serious enough. I see Zuckerberg taking it way more serious.
Yeah, and how do these guys have time for any of this, dude?
Oh.
These are some of the brains that control a lot of what's going on with us and with society. So like, how about we don't punch them in the head repeatedly?
Exactly. That's probably
let's not
a good
CTE
point.
some of the biggest brains we got out here.
Holy shit! Could you imagine Zuckerberg like with AB's mindset? Just fucking
dude,
crazy.
I just watched the interview with AB. It was pretty bad.
Which one? Is it new?
It was like, I think it was like 7 weeks ago, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it may be 7 months ago, but it was like Patrick Bet David.
Oh yeah, PBD.
Yeah, and it was him, and they pretty much were asking him about the perfect hit and if whatever, kind of asking, and he like asking him if he has CTE pretty much, and then like he just went on all this shit. He's like, no, I don't have CTE, and like someone commented like, yeah, I'm pretty sure in a roundabout way he just confirmed that he has CTE. It's just like, yeah, kind of hard to listen to.
It really is kind of sad though, because he was talking. I mean, he had that AFL team, the New England Empire or whatever it was, and then like one day he's like, "Oh, we're done with the AFL. We're going to the NFL," and then the next day they fucking fired him from the league. It's like the first time the owners came together and were like, he can't be an owner. And so, yeah, I mean, it's kind of sad because it was really the Vontaze perfect hit. And then everything after that's been crazy.
Yeah, I think it might have been, but no fault of Vontaze perfect, to be honest. No. Some say he was a dirty player. I mean, I think if you put him in the Dick Butkus era, then that's just how everyone hit, you know? It's so hard to be a defensive player in the NFL and not be able to hit people. Like, it's hard enough even if you're allowed to hit people, you
Right,
know?
exactly.
And I'm so fucking juiced for football season. You have
Yeah.
no idea.
How many more weeks?
God, I wish I knew, but I know that my fantasy draft is taking place in San Diego on August 18th, and we already booked our Airbnb.
Let's
It's
go.
in my hometown. No travel for me.
Love that.
I get to welcome everyone into the city. It's a parade inside my city. Yeah. Hey.
Skippy.
Have we talked about Ja on this pod?
I don't know if we have. Yeah. You want to get into it a little bit? How
Just
wild
a little.
it is?
There's a lot to unpack there. I don't know. Like, here's what I don't get about it. Well, first of all, I feel like he kind of just fucked up the bag. You know,
Big time.
big time.
Yeah.
Like, he lost out on a lot of money not making it on the All-Pro team. There's all this shit. But I mean, it's like if I were to smoke weed in a public park today. You know,
Go on.
it's like you're not allowed to smoke weed in the park, but it's like weed's legal.
Right.
You know, like, I am allowed to smoke weed in the park right now.
So he is allowed to flash a gun on Instagram? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. It's like you are, but you're not. You know, like, there's certain situations where you're not allowed to smoke weed, even though weed's legal.
Right.
You know,
But could you imagine going to the park and seeing LeBron James just smoking a blunt at a table at the park? You know what I mean? It just, you would never would see it.
Exactly. You're helping me explain better. So it's like it's just because he's a star. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
It's like he can't smoke weed, you know, but I could smoke weed at the park. That's a better way of putting it, you know.
But even then, I mean, a normal human being, I shouldn't say normal, a rational human being is not flashing a gun on Instagram in any way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? That's
My thing is, like, the Instagram caught him doing something legal. So it almost feels like non-story.
I mean,
but it's not, but it almost feels like non-story. It's like he repeatedly keeps on getting caught doing.
I mean, he repeatedly gets caught being with shitty friends with bad gun control. I mean, if we want to get down to it, like, I don't care that he has a gun. I care that he's waving it around. I mean, you can't see where his finger is. I'm assuming it's not on the trigger, but
yeah,
pretty dumb. You don't point at anything you're not intending to shoot. That's like rule number 1. Actually, rule number 1 would be never finger on the trigger. But yeah. I mean,
people just scared for his life, huh? At this point, just bad gun safety.
Well, that, and he's kind of faking the whole thing. Like, real Crips have come out and been like, let me take you out. Let me show you a weekend of what we really do, and you'll never want to be this fucking idiot ever again. So I think, I don't know. It's just tough.
I don't have too many strong opinions on it. I'm just kind of a bit confused because it's like, yeah, he's just kind of being punished for something that's not really breaking any rules, you know?
Right. But the NBA can have their own set of rules as a private company to where they can say
100%. It's like if you post like a porn video, you know, on your Instagram, it's like that's legal.
Right.
But it's like, no, your work can tell you not to do that. And then if you do it again, you know, you're probably going to get suspended for a few weeks, right?
Right.
So, yeah.
What do you think of Nike sticking with him and not Kyrie?
The Kyrie thing was the kind of a similar situation where he's getting canceled for doing like nothing wrong, nothing illegal, right? Yeah. Like, there's no way you could cancel Kyrie and not be mad at Amazon.
Well, and that's the thing. No one said shit about it. The person who's carrying the movie and doing all this stuff. They could care less. They say, oh, that's a company just trying to make money. But, I mean, he said he tweeted it out of ignorance. You know what I mean? He's done all the right things and just was never, I don't know.
That's tough. It's like, how can I be that bad of a person for posting this? But it's literally available for purchase, you know? being sold.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of tough.
But yeah,
But both they should have kept both of them. That's how I feel. You know,
that's kind
why
of what I
not?
was thinking too. I mean, I feel like, yeah, they're not gonna. I don't know. It's not gonna be like a Bud Light situation where people would have been boycotting Nike. You know what I mean? It just, I don't think it would have ever came.
That's a wild situation. Can we talk about the Bud Light situation?
Yeah. Have you
All
seen
right.
where
Why
they're
are
at
people
now?
boycotting Bud Light? Is it because there was a trans
So, okay.
advertisement?
So what happened was Bud Light got a new ad executive, right? Or PR executive. She was the
Gotcha.
first woman PR executive for a big beer company like that. I think in the United States, whatever. But she used to be like kind of a little frat girl mime, you know what I mean? If for lack of a better term, she was a bit of a partier. She's got pictures on the internet of her just being a normal college kid, just normal life, gets into the beer industry, works her way up, and then there's this person named Dylan Mulvaney. I don't know what they go
Okay.
by now. That's the trans person.
With Beast, Mr. Beast friend, right?
No, different person.
Okay.
Mr. Beast friend. I don't really know the situation with that, but different person than that. So this Dylan Mulvaney person was doing like 100 days of being a girl, right? And so on the 100th day, Bud Light sends her a congratulation cans, like, or a can with like her own face and shit on it or whatever. She posts the picture. People go fucking berserk and say whatever, and then start boycotting. And now we're here. It's wild.
Yeah. That's pretty wild.
Yeah. And so since then, that chick's been fired. The head of the PR team's been fired. And just yesterday, they brought back the Bud Knight. Remember him?
What's the Bud Night?
Remember the Knight? That's all Bud
the
Light.
Night. No.
So they posted a video of him today, like staking his fucking sword in the ground and like walking out into the whatchamacallit, into the fog. And he was like, I'm the only one that can save this situation. So it's like, fuck, we'll see what happens. But pretty sick
if anyone
comeback.
could do it. Yeah. Because I saw something where people were literally going into the section at the supermarket where the Bud Light was and fucking like throwing shit on the ground. And I was just like, damn, dude, if I was trans, I would feel so fucking scared to go outside.
I
like,
mean,
dude, you could.
Yes and no. Like, a lot of that is just like,
why are they mad? Or why are they boycotting?
Well, because Bud Light was supposed to be for the boys, the drink of
manly men.
Yeah, just the light beer that your mom and dad or your dad drank growing up. And how would your dad feel about that situation? Probably, I mean, not yours in particular, but I'm just saying dads in general. Right. Probably not good, you know what I mean? Like, not the best. And so it's just, I feel like the crowd that drinks Bud Light is not usually the crowd that, I shouldn't even say supports, because it's like there's, you know what I mean? But even that, it's like, I think it's one of those things. It's like the toilet paper during COVID. One person said there's a toilet paper shortage and like freaked out. Then everyone else started fucking freaking out. It's just,
which, by the way, here's a hot take on that. Not to get away from the better discussion that was already taking place, but if there's one thing that you don't need in an emergency, it's toilet paper.
Yeah. At all.
Literally at all. You take a shit and then you take a shower immediately after.
Or there's millions of ways. A leaf, a sock. There's a bajillion ways to wipe your ass. Yeah. Cardboard. I mean, the cardboard that the toilet paper sits on.
Water. Self bidet.
A bidet itself. Go buy a bidet. Yeah, crazy.
But imagine, it's like people don't like you so much for being trans that they're fucking boycotting a beer that they love.
I don't even think it was that. I think they don't like the trans stuff and all of it being shoved down their throats, quote unquote, so much that they're like, okay, we finally have to do, like, this is one way we can show that, you know what I mean? Hurt their pockets. Nothing else you can do. No other protests where you stand on the corner can really hurt their pockets. But if you stop drinking something, the number one beer supplier in America, who just went down to number 2 now, it's like,
who took their place, by the way?
Modelo.
No.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Kind
I
of
don't know
sick.
if
Have you
that's
had their
I know
light
it's not a
beers?
domestic beer, but it's
Yeah.
fucking good.
Kind of sick. Yeah. Right. Not a domestic. Kind of shows like, well, fuck you then.
Yeah.
Kind of dumb, but yeah. I don't know. The Modelo light beers though are fuego.
Mm.
Pretty good.
Mm.
But yeah. No, the whole situation is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But
Makes more sense the way you explained it, though.
yeah, and like I said, I think that's one thing where people are realizing, okay, we can actually hurt the pockets here. We can make our voices heard, better or worse, wherever you stand. I think that's what they're thinking.
Yeah. Maybe I'm naive, but maybe like I feel like I don't really give a fuck about what commercials are. Like, okay, BK made that fire ass commercial that I love.
Whopper.
I literally haven't been since that commercial came out. I haven't
Right.
been.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, and
Or
yeah.
it's like, for example, like what do I love? What's something that has a commercial that I buy all the time? Like Modelo. You know, like if Modelo had a fucking trans model sipping a beer or fucking drinking a beer on the commercial, like it's not stopping me from buying it. But
Yeah.
that maybe it's just a me thing, you know? But
Yeah.
like who cares?
For sure. For sure.
What's another product? I don't know.
Or like
fucking
okay, Amazon.
Jamba Juice. Like I'm not stopping. Yeah.
I think Amazon has a commercial where I don't even know. I want to say it's a trans person, but it's got a mustache, and I say it because I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want to.
They is the proper term for sure.
You're so right. I was like, that sounds so bad, but yes, have a mustache and like you don't realize till halfway through. I think they're wearing girl clothes too, and it's just like, who gives a fuck? Like, just live your life. Is that really gonna stop you from doing whatever the fuck you want to do? Like, you're crazy.
Right.
I don't know.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think for a lot of people that are kind of like more on like the left or more on like the woke social justice side of things would be like, you know, out of all the issues that are worth fighting for out there to fight for, like, you know, choosing to do a boycott over, you know, something being too PC or something kind of just pissing you off from seeing it is kind of like, I don't know. It doesn't make as much sense to me.
But
you know, like there are way better causes than like not wanting to see someone like something too PC on your beer cover.
But that goes, it goes so much deeper than that though. Like the whole thing, a lot of it has to revolves around schools and what people are teaching in schools. And like, this is like the tip of the iceberg. Like there's so much underneath the surface that led up to like this one thing that it's not just seeing a trans person on the can or in a commercial. It's like, it's all of it. But like, again, for better or worse, I think it's all fucking dumb. I think 90% of us are in the middle that don't give a shit, or it's probably 80. Then there's 10 and 10 on either side that are fucking whack. So it's all.
You know what beer I like?
Cold
one.
Yeah. Or free. What's better, cold or free beer?
Free beer. Those are the two best words in English language. Free beer.
Free beer. Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. The whole, like I said, the whole thing's fucking dumb. I just live your life. That's the other thing. Like, people say how bad the world is, but like on a day-to-day basis, are you seeing any bad shit out there? No, not really. I mean, people are holding doors open for me. You know what I mean? It's fucking. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think too much into it.
That's a good way. That's a good question. Like, I see a lot of good shit for sure, but I definitely see homeless people every day.
Right. But that's a whole nother issue because like I don't know. The homeless issue, I feel like they
save the world.
Nah, but they sink so much money into it and then nothing happens. Like there needs to be a full change up over there. But I don't know what
do you think about this idea? Let me just throw this at you. If it sticks, it sticks. Mm-hmm. Like it might be more cost efficient just to like house everyone.
Oh.
You know? Or like give them what I didn't hear you say.
I said kill them. Oh.
Yeah.
No.
You know? Like, or like, for example, like because a lot of this is based around drug addiction. So it's like if we could have one place where they're able to do drugs, you know, with clean needles in a safe location where they're not like at harm to themselves or to other people, you know, it would like cut down a lot of the money we have to spend on cops, like just being out by the tented areas, having to watch and keep people safe and make sure that everything's like, you know, it's like we pay a lot of money on the workaround. If we just would have just fucking
but the thing with that
give them a place
is,
to do drugs.
yeah, but there's, I mean, you might as well just make drugs completely legal then. Like, don't have a place to do drugs, just make drugs illegal. Like, fuck it. But I think with that, that's a slippery slope though, right? Because they're not getting better. They just keep using them. What? They go back out on the street, like, and you can't really house them because, I mean, I guess you could, but the thing with a lot of housing is they make you drug test, and people are like, well, fuck that. I'm not drug testing to go into housing.
Right.
I don't know. It's
That's what I'm saying. Like, let them keep doing drugs, you know.
But is that? I mean, they
And
obviously need help. Like, should they be like weaning them off the drugs? Like, should it be like?
Well, that's what I'm saying. At this place where they're doing drugs, that's where you'll have like medical care facility, and you also have like addiction therapists and different resources like right there at the source.
Or just make it an Ibogaine clinic and fucking blast them for a week. Have you ever heard of Ibogaine?
You ever watch The Wire? No, what's Ibogaine?
No, it's just like a hallucinogen that lasts like a week. It's like ayahuasca. You ever heard of ayahuasca?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like that, but it lasts a week at a time, and you just fucking violently purge. And people say it's like the best thing for any addiction to like beat any. People go down there for pills, for alcohol addiction, smoking. They say it's got like an 80% success rate on the first time.
Wow.
Yeah. But what were you gonna say about The Wire?
I was just gonna say there was like in season I think 3, they called it Hamsterdam, where the cops got like all the drug dealers and the drug users into just like 3 little sections throughout the city, and like cleared everything else off the street. And then it was like free market. They were letting people sell the drugs and do the drugs. So it kind of reminded me of that, you know?
Yeah.
Because then like, you know, like crime went down everywhere, and the rest of the city, everything was quiet and no one was out there and shit like that. So it kind of just like makes sense.
Yeah. And I think that's like pretty real. You know what I mean? Like maybe not to that extent so much. I mean, obviously like they play it up, but like,
yeah,
very real. You might as well keep it contained to a certain area. You know, you can kind of keep track of, you know, who's got what and that sort of thing. Yeah, no, it's a whole fucked up situation.
The whole thing. I think legalize all drugs personally, or at least that's where I would start. Like that's where my mind kind of starts, you know?
Yeah.
Because I don't see why anyone should be able to tell you what to. Like you're an adult. Like why would anyone be able to tell you what to do?
Exactly. As long as you're not harming anyone else, and that's the thing. It's like, at what point does, like, I don't know, because it's like
taking your safety into concern for you.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's like, it's a fine line, or is it like, should they have nothing to say? And it's because, you know, there's definitely going to be deaths, like, especially at the start, people are going to go fucking crazy. But like, I think that was the case with Portugal. They went fucking crazy for a while, and then everything settled down. And then it's like drinking in Europe now. They kind of understand it a lot better than what we do.
Right. But I think like any law that's like designed to be like, it's not something I want my kids to see, are kind of like the sketchier laws that, like, you know, it's like harder to hold up, you know?
Yeah.
Like those are laws where it's like, it's not hurting anyone. For example, like smoking a joint on a park bench,
for sure.
You know?
Yeah.
And you could say the same thing about the heroin is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, to an extent, but it's so tough because, I mean, as we know, all different drugs have different effects. So it's like, do you really want maybe you do want your kid to see someone nodding off on heroin and being like, that's what you don't want to be. You know what I mean? Like, I see it both ways, but at the same time, like, do you want your kid at the park to see?
Yeah, I think ideally it would be a place where they have a place to go.
Right.
You know?
Okay. That, I mean, makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Like a hookah lounge.
Yeah, like a hookah lounge.
Hey, when they legalize this, we're starting up the first Doogie hookah lounge.
That's so fucking, dude. That's crazy. I like the whatchamacallit, that weed shop in Tahoe lets you smoke at the weed shop. Remember that when a bunch of the guys went in there and just chilling there for 20 minutes? It's like, sort of the same thing. You buy it, use it right there.
You should be able to. Like, if I'm allowed to smoke it in your parking lot, why would I not be able to
Well, you're
smoke
not.
But like, if it wasn't a weed store parking lot, I would be. Why wouldn't I be able to?
Because you're in public. You're. It's like alcohol. It's you're
Oh,
supposed to
yeah, you're right.
consume in the same. But like, there's a bunch of places where that's different. I mean, that's just our. I'm sure it's San Diego's too. But
Yeah.
But yeah,
So it's not like a cigarette.
No, it's like alcohol.
Damn.
Yeah.
It needs to be like a cigarette.
Right. Which, I mean, you put enough tobacco in it, it's like a cigarette. Just smoke a heavy spliff.
Yeah, I hear that.
But yeah, no, it's like exactly. It's like alcohol, which is, I mean, step in the right direction, better than it was.
Yeah.
So, wow, we just saved the world. We knocked out homelessness, drugs, and
That was pretty good.
yeah, something else.
Just spitballing. Whatever sticks,
Exactly. And yeah, I don't know. I don't talk about. I feel like you're the only person I talk about these things with too. It's like no one else. Not that no one else gives a shit, but no one else. I don't know.
Yeah. It's just current events,
Exactly.
I never really did like hear the inside scoop on a lot of that stuff, so
Yeah.
it was good to hear it.
It's good to hear, but it's not good info. It's more like just
It's
muddies
not.
the water.
You know what I was just thinking about the other day? Remember the middle of the pandemic at like the height of like uncertainty and a lot of different shit, the Amazon was on fire?
I
There was like
vaguely
a
remember that.
fire
but,
in the
like,
rainforest. I
don't
was just
know.
thinking it couldn't have been worse timing for the rainforest to fucking catch on fire because there was just so much information flying around. You're like, Epstein, fucking COVID, fucking mask, fucking
But
all this shit.
I mean, that's with everything. Everything's a 24-hour news cycle. Like, the submarine was huge for 3 days. Like, then we stopped hearing about it. They just pulled the wreckage out today, and there's 1 or 2 stories. Like, no one gives a shit anymore.
Mm.
I don't know. It's just weird. That's kind of the times we live in, 24 hours. Strange.
Even when people die too, like famous people.
Definitely when people die. It's like,
They'll be like, Prince died. Here's a day.
and then people post their pictures that they took with Prince and say, I miss them, make it about themselves, and then we move on. It's just strange. But that's why you don't watch the news. If you don't got any news, you can't keep up with any news.
I hear that. And you know what news stands for?
North, east, west, south.
Bingo.
Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know. Fuck it. Let's get into the movies though.
Yeah, I'd rather watch a comedy movie than.
I know. After all that, let's fucking get into some comedy movies. So yeah, we're drafting comedies. No really other parameters. Comedy movies. Yeah. You smoked me in the last draft. I will say that. Caitlyn Jenner, I got some DMs, was not the right pick.
It wasn't.
I knew when I said it wasn't, but I couldn't take it back. You could see it in my face in the video if you watch it back. But yeah, took the L. Russillo was on there. Big Cat. Couple names.
There's so many. We got to do that one again.
I know that's got to be one with more people. Yeah, exactly. Because we'll clear house. Yeah. So that was a good one. We'll start with you this week. Comedy movies. Wow, that was really loud. Start us off.
Yeah, my favorite comedy movie of all time. I may have seen this movie as many times as any other movie out there. And this one's Wedding Crashers.
Wow.
Peak Vince Vaughn. Now, I have this theory that if you watch every single Vince Vaughn movie, I've already said it on this pod, haven't I?
Say it again. Say it again.
If you watch every single Vince Vaughn movie in order, it plays out as one big, long movie. And Wedding Crashers would be like the glory days or like the prime and the climbing of the yes. Yeah, I mean, this is peak. This is peak Vaughn. It's as good as it gets.
Peak Vaughn with his best duo partner. I think him and Owen Wilson together are
right hand man, legendary
magic.
Stuff of legend.
Yeah.
You got Will Ferrell in there. Ma, the meatloaf. Come on.
What's his name? I always forget the brother's name. That's the asshole. But he's
It might have even. It's not Seth, is it?
I don't know. I always fuck it up. But I think Rachel McAdams in there? Is she the sister?
Yeah.
I mean, just a classic. That's one that has many of one-liners that we throw out.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
You
You
motorboat.
motor You motorboat, son of a bitch. You were they nice? Were they built for comfort or for speed? I mean, that was just come on.
So good. Yeah, that quote in
Crab
particular.
cakes in football. That's what Maryland does.
So fucking good. Yeah, I had that on my list. I knew you were gonna throw one Vince Vaughn in there. I was gonna see if I could squeak it in if you dropped it down to a 3rd round pick. But Wedding Crashers, incredible. Last time I watched it, I think I cried laughing at the the painting was a gift, Todd. I don't know why that's always just kills me. But
yeah,
so good.
I love the scene when he's like the night after that happened, where like he like tied him up and all that stuff. Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna recharge. We're gonna get it back to even. We're gonna get it back to neutral. He's like, I'm gonna choose not to eat with you. It's so good.
Just ignoring him. Come on, man. Come on. Wow. Yeah, Wedding Crashers, incredible. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, so my number one pick. I think this is the last good comedy movie made. Probably my top 5 watched all time. An absolute classic, Step Brothers.
Yeah.
Gotta have it. And just, I mean, the whole concept of a movie. I mean, 40-year-old stepbrothers that are both bums. It's Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly, another classic duo.
Mm-hmm.
And again, just incredible lines. I mean, you have to call me Nighthawk. The opening scene of them meeting each other in the front yard is, I guess not meeting each other, but moving in together for the first time. Incredible.
So good, yeah. Why are you sweating? I was watching Cops.
Oh,
like everything about that. Brennan has a mangina.
Oh, Brennan! Wow, I forgot Brennan has a mangina. Wow, that gave us so much play as a friend group. I didn't even think about Brennan has a mangina.
Oh yeah, that was the start of something special. We used to rain it on him.
Brennan Young, you hear that? You have a mangina, biatch. Yeah, I mean, what's good for shoulder pain? If you lick my butthole. I mean, it goes on and on.
And the singing in the car. I mean, that movie is so good. That was gonna be my next pick if you didn't take it 1000%. So
glad I swooped it. Yeah, Step Brothers, an instant classic. Here you go. Bam, bam, bam.
All right, there's a lot of different directions I could go on this one, but I'm just going to go what my gut is telling me the obvious choice is, and that's The Hangover 1.
Wow.
That was an instant classic. I think we all knew it as soon as we saw it, and we thought, that might be the funniest movie of all
time. Hilarious. And that did come out after Step Brothers. You're right. So that probably was the last good comedy. Did you see it in theaters?
No, but I have another thing on my list that I did see in theaters.
The Hangover in theaters, like, there's something about the crowd, like, all, like, cracking up, and it's, like, the greatest thing. That was one of the best movies I ever saw in theaters. Crazy.
Absolutely. Not a doubt. I love The Hangover. Zach Galifianakis.
Galifianakis.
Yeah, he's sick.
He's sick. You got Ken Jeong, Mike Tyson, Ed Helms. It's crazy because, like, I feel like if you got some of these people like 2-3 years later in their career, they would have said like, "No way, I'm making that movie." You know what I mean? But like, just caught it right at the perfect time.
Yeah, I love that movie. It was so Vegas too. Right. After experiencing it.
And that's what everyone wants, like their Vegas wants, but doesn't want.
Vegas movie.
Right.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Were you a fan of the sequels?
No. not particularly.
Yeah.
I think I've only seen bits and pieces of the one where they went to Thailand.
Yeah. That's the one Brian Callen's in, right? Number 2.
I think so. He's in the first one as well.
Oh, is he?
He's
I
the
haven't seen
guy
it
at the
so
wedding.
long.
He's the guy. He's like the guy that helped them get married at the chapel.
It's been so long. I'd have to rewatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, legendary. The fucking Hangover. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, so wow. I don't know where to go here. I try to mix up the actors, give everyone some love here. But this is another movie that's, I mean, probably the most quoted movie of our generation, I would say. And that's gonna be Borat.
Oh wow.
Yeah, going off the page a little bit. But like there was nothing funnier as a kid because you weren't sure if it was like completely real or not. You know what I mean? Like how much of that set up, how much do people know? But I mean, very nice, la la la, whoa whoa wee whoa. It's
very
just
nice.
my brother
Yeah.
Bilo.
Hello, Bilo.
One day he break out of the cage and he get this. It just.
Yeah. It's very easy to talk like this.
Yeah. What did you see? God, what's his name? What are the boxing brothers' names? The big Russians, the Klitschko's. Someone sent Vitaly Klitschko, the older brother, a thing. It was like on Instagram. It was like, "Hi Vitaly, like love what you're doing. I just wonder why you talk like Borat." And he like reads out the message and he goes, "Well, I was born in Kazakhstan. Very nice." And I was like, "Oh, what a legend!" Just bought into it. I was like, "That's so sick. Good on you."
That's good. Love when they lean in.
Exactly. Nothing better. But yeah, Borat. Like I said, I think it might be the most quoted because it was like right pre-internet, or not pre-internet, but pre-social media. So memes weren't popping yet. All you had was movie quotes, and that was the movie.
Yeah, and I've never seen it to this day. Was never allowed to see it growing up because apparently the first scene has so much anti-Semitism.
It's the running of the Jew.
The running of the Jew, yeah.
Dude, it's
I
bad.
literally was never allowed to see it. I think my dad like turned it on for 2 seconds to see if it was appropriate, and I guess it just wasn't.
Very much not.
Yeah.
You know what?
But I'll have to dive into it now.
I was gonna say either that or just make a stand and never watch it, and just every time people quote it, just be like, "I have no idea what you're talking about." I'm too good for that.
Very nice.
So yeah, Borat. Bam, bam. All right, what you got?
Back to me. You know, I tend to be, a bit of a pothead. I like to smoke a little bit of weed from time to time. It is something that I do enjoy as an adult, as we spoke about. It is legal. So I'm going to go with Pineapple Express.
Wow.
Pineapple Express is going to be my pick here. I wanted to cover my bases with the Seth Rogen. It's rewatchable as fuck. It's so good. It's so funny. So many duos in there with James Franco.
Yeah.
Great actors.
Craig Robinson.
Action. Like it's an action comedy, which is nice.
Right. Yeah, I mean Pineapple Express. I mean, just lingerers, man. Like that in itself is worth the price of admission. Franco calling people lingerers and then inviting a lingerer around, inviting someone to linger, just incredible.
So good, so good. And they're supposed to make a second one. Rumor has it they're gonna make a second one.
Wow, so. That's something I'd watch.
I heard that Red is supposed to be like the boss. Like he's running the shit, and he's like the enemy now.
Jesus. Yeah. Dude, I mean, I know JP's changed now, but he used to. What's Franco's name in that? I forget.
Oh,
but yeah. he used to remind me of him so much. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah,
and he's obviously grown out of it. Yeah, exactly. Just everything, just the way he like walks too, just so fucking funny. Yeah, Pineapple Express is a classic. Danny McBride, throw him in there.
So good. Like even the beginning scenes where they're just rolling up and smoking, just such a fun scene to watch.
That's the one where they're with the CIA and they're is it that one? Where they're smoking the CIA weed?
Yes.
Yeah. If Bill is it Bill Hader's going crazy or whatever? Fucking so good.
Yeah.
Pineapple Express. Yeah. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. Oof. Now we're getting into some sketchy territory. I don't really know where to go from here. I think I'm going to go with, I mean, I got a bunch. I just don't know. I mean, I'm not going to pander. Fuck it. Austin Powers, Spy Who Shagged Me. Yeah, lock it in. That was a movie I watched way too young. Like to the point where I had no clue what they were saying, but like I would just repeat lines. And it was like the first time I can recall people like laughing at things I said. And it was obviously not things I like, not coming from me, but like getting a laugh was from Austin Powers.
Wow. Yeah. Huge. Love the memories that go with it. And they have the big boy like spaceship or whatever.
Oh, and always remind me of your place. All the big boys, dude.
The big boys. Classic.
Yeah. Love Austin Powers. And like I said, yeah, the first laughs. I got a fucking
groovy, baby.
Yeah, exactly. I got a voice box. Remember those like voice boxes used to be a thing? You push a button, it says stuff. I just had an Austin Powers one, and I would just fucking hammer that thing so much. I got it saved somewhere. But yeah, I mean, just a classic. Mr. Bigglesworth, Dr. Evil, Scott, Preparation Ass Cream. I mean, the list goes on.
$1 million.
That's crazy. Like looking back, that's like no money at all.
Yeah, but then he fast forward when he became unfrozen. He's like that's not enough money.
Right.
Like, $1 billion.
But even that, crazy. Yeah, love Austin Powers. Round 4, here we go. What you choose?
Now, I wanted to steal what I believe is going to be one of your last picks here, but I'm going to save it for my last pick. So with this pick, I'm taking the obvious choice, which is going to be Superbad.
Wow. Also Superbad on my list.
Is the best high school comedy of all time, I think. Dazed and Confused is good, not to say too many names here, but
that's not really a comedy, not as much of a comedy as Superbad.
Not all the way, right?
Yeah. Exactly. You got a lot of drama in Dazed and Confused. But yeah, Superbad. I mean, the funny thing about my back is it's located on my cock. Like just the classic. He's obsessed with drawn dicks. I mean, that's like, I feel like a non-part of the storyline. You know what I mean? Like they could have easily left the dick drawing out, but
yeah,
they were so
it's important
good.
For the character.
Very important. Yeah, no, Superbad is
McLovin,
Fogel, Fagel. I mean, so good.
So good.
Do you remember the first time you watched Superbad?
No, I don't in particular. I'm pretty sure I was with Eric Jackwitz, though.
Legend.
We used to quote that movie a little bit. What year did that come out? Maybe like 2006 or something like that?
Yeah, let's see. Superbad release. 2007. Nice. That's pretty close. But yeah, I remember watching it the first time at my cousin. We like help him move all day. And then he's like, you guys want to watch a movie? He's like, you haven't seen Superbad? And he like throws it on, and I like the greatest thing ever. Like I could not contain myself.
It was perfect.
The period blood on the leg, just so funny. Oh, dude, that's blood. But yeah, perfect high school movie is correct.
Yeah,
nailed it. Bam, bam, bam. Ooh, you know what? I'll do you one school movie better. This person attends high school, doesn't like Borophyll, and it's gonna be Billy Madison.
Wow, you got some Sandler in you.
Oh. Ooh, I can't do it as good as Seth, but fuck. We should call Seth just to get a Sandler impersonation right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Billy Madison, what's not to love? Norm Macdonald's in there too. Give me a little Norm Macdonald. Veronica Vaughn, that hot piece of ass. Chris Farley. Just checks all the boxes in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely check some boxes.
Some.
It checks some boxes. Yeah, it definitely checks some
You got the
boxes.
O'Doyles. O'Doyle rules.
Doyle rules.
So good.
Oh,
But yeah, Billy Madison. That's my Sandler pick. All right, you ready for the fifth round? Take us home.
yep. Yep.
Bam, bam.
Oh man, I have so many honorable mentions here. I'm gonna go with the
Same.
obvious pick again. Like value is just falling to me in this draft, so I just have to keep on taking it. I'm gonna go ahead and take Happy Gilmore. A Happy Madison production, my favorite Adam Sandler movie ever. And just again, so many. The key to a good comedy movie is the one-liners that you get out of it.
100%.
Getting the ball, getting the whole ball.
You too good for your home? Play the ball as it lies.
Shooter.
I'm playing for Chubbs. I mean, you could go on all day, and I was really deciding what Adam Sandler movie to take, and I seen Billy Madison more times than I seen Happy Gilmore, and that was the deciding factor. But like Ben Stiller, a minor role as the whatchamacallit, like the housemaid for the old people, but just incredible.
Yes, great performance by Ben Stiller, and you just reminded me of another movie that I probably should have drafted but didn't.
Is it Starsky and Hutch? So that's on mine.
That was the one I was gonna steal for you, so that's my first honorable mention. Because I knew that's your go-to right there.
It is. I don't even think it's gonna make my list though, because that is my go-to though. I love Ben Stiller.
Vince Vaughn has a great performance in that movie as well.
Dude, another star-studded. Like, it's crazy how many people they got to like agree to that. Snoop's in there. Yeah. I mean, another Owen Wilson, not Owen Wilson. Yeah.
Do it.
Do it.
Hey, do it.
But yeah, I don't think Starsky and Hutch is gonna make my list. Hold your honorable mentions, because I'll close this out right here. This next guy, I mean, probably watched more of his movies than any in my childhood. It's got to be Jim Carrey, and it's gonna be Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Nice.
Just rewatched it. Transphobic as it gets, if that's what you want to call it, but goddamn, is it a funny fucking movie.
Now, I love that movie. Laces Out.
Laces Out, Dan.
Laces Out, Dan. Right?
Right.
But is it better than The Mask?
It is. And now I love the Cuban Pete scene in The Mask, but The Mask doesn't have as many. It's not as good of a movie all the way through. It probably has better solo parts with the boom chicky boom boom chicky boom boom. But that was The Mask was my dentist movie. Whenever I go to the dentist, like, what movie you want to watch? Because obviously I was getting mad work done on my teeth. But I was like, The Mask, always The Mask. But like I said, I think it's not as good of a movie all the way through.
That's the one that we played the most out of any Jim Carrey movie in my house.
The Mask?
Sure. Yeah, it was always on.
Dude, it's so good. And it's like
the VHS.
Exactly. Yeah. But like, could you imagine finding a mask and then just becoming something completely different, and the bad guy gets it? It's a great imaginative movie for a kid.
It was fun. It was kind of like a musical too, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's what I mean. A lot of the things, he's singing and dancing, he's screwing around. It's animated more so. He got the big tongue hanging out his mouth, and it's fucking hilarious. But yeah, I think Ace Ventura through and through, just kind of hilarious. Do you have a breath mint or some banaka? Talking through his ass cheeks. Yeah, I don't know. Ace Ventura. But that's do you got any other honorable mentions?
So Starsky and Hutch was one. Right. Dodgeball is one.
Right. Yes, had that.
Dodgeball would be huge.
I had
Animal House, just because it's a classic.
I had American Pie, Napoleon Dynamite.
American Pie.
I was a big Napoleon Dynamite guy. I know that's kind of hit or miss for people.
I think it missed for me, but
I loved it. Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber, yeah, it was pretty funny.
Have you seen Accepted? Accepted's hilarious. I always love Accepted.
Neighbors. So Neighbors, I'm pretty sure we went together, right?
Keep it down. Keep it down.
Keep it down.
Keep it down.
Keep it down.
Yeah.
We all went together to go see it, and we took up like 2 rows in this theater. I think it was like the Almaden Theater, and like that was one of the best. That was the best movie going experience I've ever had. That shit was awesome.
Yeah, we've had.
It was so funny.
A couple of those. I think my favorite one was either Project X, where we did that, but with our baseball team, and like Justin Bruce and Wes Malik are like chirping each other like before the movie starts. Like Wes is like at the front of the theater, Justin's at the seat, and they're like chirping each other, talking about how I fucked your mom. And like there's other people in the theater. Like we're clearly not the only ones here, and these people are like dying laughing, like so about like could have been dickheads and like shut up. They were dying. And then what's the food movie that we all saw together? Where they're in the supermarket, Seth Rogen, they're the hot dogs.
Oh, Sausage Party.
Sausage Party, yes. Where Seth came in like right as the movie was starting, he's like, "Hey, where are you guys sitting?" And he was like, just like yelling in the movie theater, like trying to find us. It was so fucking funny.
So funny.
But
oh my God.
yeah, anytime you go to the movies with other people, A+.
Puts you in the right mindset,
Exactly.
for sure.
When's the last time you went?
I went not too long ago. I saw Fast X.
Oh, wow. How was it?
Like trash, in my opinion. Maybe like 2 stars.
Yeah.
Out of 5.
Sounds about right. I just saw Asteroid City. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty fucking weird, but pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, let me read this list back one more time. All right, first round. Josh, Wedding Crashers. Me, Step Brothers. I'll just go one by one. All right. Josh went Wedding Crashers, Hangover, Pineapple Express, Superbad, Happy Gilmore. I go Step Brothers, Borat, Austin Powers, Billy Madison, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Pretty good.
Pretty good list there.
Love that. I know. And it's like another one we could have done like 10 of these. There's so many fucking left off, but that's good. We'll see where the fans lie. But until next time, y'all. What'd you say?
I said the breakup, Swingers.
Wow.
I got a bunch more.
Wow.
Yeah.
Adios, y'all.